But we start in Paris, and for the first time since 2004, Team GB have won medals on day one of the Olympics. Anna Henderson, who has twice broken her collarbone this season, won silver in the cycling road trial on her Olympic debut. Well, Henderson wasn't among the favourites for gold, but briefly held the lead before the eventual champion, Grace Brown of Australia, went ahead. And then a fall for the pre-race favourite, Chloe Dygert, meant that Henderson took a surprise silver. Well, earlier, the 3-metre synchro pair of Yasmin, Harper and Scarlett Jensentook secured Britain's first female diving medal for 64 years. Harper and Jensentook saved their best dive for the final round and trailed China and the USA. They could have still been caught by Australia, but a bad mistake from the Australian pair on their final dive shocked the crowd.
3 months ago, I didn't think I was going to be able to be here. I got a back fracture. So about a month ago, I started building myself up again to get to this point. To be back on the boards and to come away with that is, I'm buzzing.
Honestly, anything can happen. It's a subjective sport and you can be the best in the world, but it comes to the day and you crack under the pressure, it doesn't happen. So on that last round, we just waited. We were waiting, but before we went, we just said to each other that, let's give it our best shot. We know what we're doing. And yeah, it paid off and we've come away with a medal, so we're really, really pleased.
I think it's a really hard one. I think, to feel, joy and that amazing feeling off of the back of someone else's failure is really hard. And they're obviously, we're all really close on 3-metre and, all the girls we're all a great team. And so that was really hard to see. But then again, it's like you're overwhelmed with that massive emotion. And yeah, I mean, I think we knew after they dived that it was done. But I wasn't taking any chances. I was waiting for that board.
And look who was cheering them on. Yep, Tom Daley was there, knitting from the sidelines. And the Team GB chef de mission, Mark England, said the medal has given a lift to the entire GB team.
Momentum is everything in sport, and momentum is everything in what is becoming quite a complicated and complex games. The weather doesn't help, we know about the food challenges, there's been other bits and pieces as well. So, the momentum is important, but also our team dynamic and our team culture is super important. So it'll be very, very strong in the diving team. It's very strong in the aquatics team. Tom is at the heart of that. His 5th Olympic Games, Olympic champion coming in here. And then that permeates throughout the whole of Team GB. We've got about 200 living in this block just behind me across the Seine there. It's just wonderful. And I talk to all of the athletes and I say, be confident and be proud of what you do on the field of play, but be confident and proud of what you do off the field of play with your other colleagues within Team GB. And, we're just building that strong culture all the time with the team.
Well, Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer was at the opening ceremony on Friday night. On Saturday, he met some of the Team GB athletes in the lounge before chatting to members of the boxing and judo teams. Canadian women's Olympic football team have been deducted 6 points and fined for their part in a spying scandal. A drone was flown over a New Zealand training session in the build-up to Canada's 2-1 win, breaching FIFA rules. They have handed down the sanction, but Canada Soccer is considering an appeal.
Well, some really speedy action, speedy resolution, I suppose, in terms of any sanctions action against Canada Soccer, and in particular their women's team. We've been reporting, haven't we, for the last few days around Spygate, the drones that were used by the Canadian Soccer team to spy on their opponents, New Zealand. They were caught. It subsequently came to light that perhaps not the first time they had been doing this. So FIFA are here. They are part of the IOC. They are part of the Olympic family. They have a disciplinary committee which fast tracks here at the Olympics to their appeals committee, and they have really come down on Canada Soccer. I'll just quickly run you through what the sanctions they have placed on them. First of all, for the women's soccer team, a deduction of 6 points from Group A. They've been fined 200,000 Swiss francs, but perhaps the biggest suspension sanction of the lot is For Beverly Priestman, the manager of the side, her officials Joseph Lombardi and Yasmin Manda each have been suspended from taking part in any football-related activity for a period of 1 year. That is probably the standout sanction of the three, although you'd imagine a 6-point deduction for Canada Soccer would render any progress in the tournament very, very difficult indeed. But for Bev Priestman, the English-born Canadian manager from County Durham, along with two of her colleagues from Canada Soccer, they have been suspended from all football activity for the period of 1 year. And in terms to give you an idea of what they've been found guilty of, found responsible of, offensive behaviour and violations of the principles of fair play in connection with Canada Soccer's women's teams, their representatives, and the usage of drones. They do have one further right to appeal. Yes, it is fast-tracked here in Paris during the Olympics. They've got 10 days to get their cases together, and if they want to go to the Court of Arbitration of the sport, they can. But FIFA today coming down heavily on Canada Soccer and on their manager, Bev Priestman.